Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. It's a shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, my do-way, Dingbat here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown Podcast with Philly 500 and Joeyshakes. Joey, what's going on, my man?
Much, man. How you doing? Everything good?
I'm doing great. I cannot complain. Yeah, man, everything's good. How about you?
Good. So now we're through like the second wave of free agency at this point. We have a lot more moves going on. Had a couple moves going on, and we got a draft. We got a lot of speculation. We have a lot of stuff that's out there right now. So
yeah, we got a lot of interesting things going on. A lot of things cooking as well. That's for sure. Let's say hi to the chat. What is up, everybody? Michael, Donnie, Fly Eagles, Freilich. What's going on, Freilich? Texas Eagle fan. A lot of people haven't seen in a while. Tony, what's going on? MJ. Thank you for being here. My man Rocco. What's going on, Rocco? Mark, Daz, the man, Nathan, Christopher Perry. Welcome to Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much for joining, man. Appreciate it. Good to have you. Should be a Dingbat Nation video coming out later today, by the way. So just in time. MJ, Jay of the Dogs, D-Mac, Chaos Theory. What's going on, Chaos Theory, VJ, and everybody? Rock the Artist, time for action. What's up, man? Roll Philly Dogs, Joey Eagle, Cranky. Thank you guys for being here. Nick, thank you for the super chat first of the day. My man, what's up, boys? So glad Sidney Brown is gone, and we're going to talk about that. Oh, yeah. And thank you for that super chat. Daz, my man, thank you for the super chat. 1 Vega, 2 Warren, 3 Dope, 4 Sutton. Hire this man. Somebody hire this man. I like it. We're going to talk about the draft. It's going to, I think, be actually a very interesting conversation because I think, and I put it in the title, I think the Eagles are at a crossroads. And I don't mean that in a way like things are going to go either like bad or good, but I think there's opportunity brewing for the Eagles. And I think Howie's got something up his sleeve that nobody sees coming. I just don't know when it's going to happen. But before we get into those things, there's a couple things that happened between our last shows that I do want to talk about. One, the Panthers, they traded to the Eagles veteran quarterback Andy Dalton in exchange for a 2027 7th-round pick per sources. Man, what were your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, one, I'm not worried about the pick. We'll get that back. So I'm not worried about the pick. No. Yeah, I mean, he's been around a long time. It's, he's making, if you would to put him as the quarterback 3 right now, he's making over $3 million, which is a lot of money for, the number 3 quarterback position. But
sure.
All the rumors are coming out with Tanner McKee. Maybe he's on the block, and maybe the Eagles have offered something. And we've definitely heard some things brewing. I think one is with the New York Jets that the Eagles offered. I think it was I think they wanted like a 2nd-round pick for Tanner McKee. The trade never got done, hence why they went into Geno Smith. They did the move for Geno Smith. So I mean, I don't know. The Eagles like this position. They favor it. They like to make sure they have a good backup. They grab a savvy vet behind him. I'm hoping he's not going to get any playing time, but it's just a move. That's all I really take from it. That maybe there's other flexibility for trades or something with McKee. I don't know.
Yeah. Angelo says, thank you. He says, I just like you to know I enjoy your show. Tired of hearing all the negativity on other channels. Well, we're glad that you're here. And hopefully you'll get a little bit, you'll have a little bit more positive feeling today. But we're going to keep it real also. But I don't think the sky is falling. Like, everybody tries to act like. But we appreciate that. Leon Banks, man, thank you for the super chat. Can we talk about Hurts Smitty duo yesterday? Oh God, this is another one. We'll talk about that. Yeah, but like, dude, trying to make something a flag football game, I just think is the most ridiculous thing in the world. But did you see the whole thing with the flag football? I watched it.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I thought it was really entertaining. At least it's more, it's better than the Pro Bowl. At least these guys are actually trying, but they're having fun too, But then I see everybody on social media off of a play or Hurts throws a pick six, and
oh, dude, the pick six thing is like, first of all, you're paying play. What's the field? It's like 25. I think it's 25 yards. It's really thin field. By the way, there's not much movement out there. So, I mean, I think it's fair to think that these guys would probably, it probably would take some sort of adjustment, but I don't know. I just think like it. I think it's so like overblown. Like I didn't go sit there and I'm not even posted. Like there's one pass, and I'm trying to pull it up here, but there was one pass that Hurts made. To Devontae Smith, which was just a beautiful pass. I mean, it was a beautiful pass. I don't run like to go talk about this on like X. I'm not sitting there going, oh, look at this pass. This is great. Like it was flag football game. That's how I view it. Here, I got it here.
Let's see what
and I'm going to pull it up.
Hurts, letting it go deep.
I'm going to pull it up here. I'm gonna cut the audio out though. And we can look at this now. I don't know. To me, it's just like it's a flag football. He doesn't even have a helmet on, Joey.
Yeah, they're not trying to tackle each other. Half these guys would have already been tackled.
Here you go. Yeah, I mean it's a nice pass, flag football. Beautiful. But the big thing everybody's complaining about this play is that apparently Devontae Smith doesn't have enough separation, even though he separates at the end. He has no separation. And so all of a sudden, he's got no speed. Although I think that dude, what's his name? I don't even know. Speed or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he's literally not a slow dude. So
that guy runs a 4.4. He runs.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. But as far as the event, like in the Olympics stuff, the one thing I suggest, this is crazy. I think they should wear helmets. Like you don't have to have all the paddings, but helmets kind of are like almost like fashionable in some ways in football. I just think it looks odd when they don't have helmets on.
Yeah.
But everybody's making a big deal of it. Hurts through a pick six. I don't care. I think Mark Holmes did a video on it, talking about how Hurts basically choked and threw a pick six. I was like, dude, you don't talk about pick sixes in playoff games that matter. You're worried about flag football game? I mean, it's just I don't take anything out of it is what I'm basically saying.
Yeah, well, same here.
Except for, to me, that you got a Olympic team that's been trained. I don't even know the rules in that, So I don't know.
I'm not sure how that happens, though.
Yeah. Nick, thank you for super chat. He goes, JT Gray's a 3 times Pro Bowl in special teams, and we got. Yeah, we did. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. I want to jump right back in that from this flag football distraction because that's what I consider it. I didn't put much stock into it. But Adam Schefter said, a Falcons-Eagles trade per ESPN sources. And this happened, was it Friday? Falcons and Eagles swapped 4th and 6th round picks with Atlanta, also acquiring Sidney Brown. Picks number 114 and 197 went to the Eagles. And then they sent 122 and 215. Mm-hmm. So the Eagles moved up, it looks like 8 spots. And then what was the other 18? So, I mean, look, I like it because you know how many times we were watching the draft and it's like, man, if we were picking these next 3 or 4 picks, you never know,
Yeah, I mean, move up. You got better in the draft. Yeah. You got a 3-time All-Pro to kind of like, I guess, compensate for losing Sidney Brown, so you get a player back for that.
Right. Yeah, because I also should mention that shortly after this trade goes down, Marcus Epps signs a 1-year deal, and then they bring in that kid JT Gray. What are your thoughts on those guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the JT Gray kid is a really good special teamer. So, like I said, you're compensating for losing Sydney, and because he was good on special teams, we can all probably agree on that. Other than some of the boneheaded flags, and he should never play safety ever again. And being depleted at safety as of right now, even more. But when you sign Marcus Epps, like we kind of thought, what road are they going to go down at safety, because they wouldn't sign Reed to 8.5. They wouldn't sign Brisker to 5.5. They pretty much let every safety, go. I mean, they don't want to spend any more at the position. Regarding CB2, that's the most money they've spent, where Jonathan Jones got paid $2 million fully guaranteed. Rico only got paid $12 million fully guaranteed. So I'm here. I think from SB Nation, I read that this is more of a debt move for the Eagles, because there's nothing really behind that. Behind Makuba and Epps, there's really nothing there. So does this make safety the biggest need of the draft?
I still think offensive lineman is the bigger need.
Yeah, I agree.
I still like, and not only from that, I mean, but like, if you're going to tell me that they could get the kid from Oregon, I'll take that any day of the week. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's definitely a need. And I think that the Eagles, I think they're going to address it the same way that they addressed with Makubo on the other side. I think they're saying, wow, we it worked perfectly for us besides the injuries. Let's just do that again and get two guys and rookie deals and let them play.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, they missed out on, look how many safeties they've missed out on. They missed out on Branch. They've missed out on Kyle Hamilton. They've missed out on Ammon Wari. I mean, they've missed out on some down some big time safeties. So is this going to be the year? I mean, that's what we're kind of getting into now.
I don't know. And I think a lot of it has to do with the whole AJ thing. I think a lot of it has to do with just priorities. To me, and Dad's had it. I mean, like right now, and I'm assuming Kenyon Sadiq is not there, but to me, the number one guy that I'm taking is Vega. That is my pick right now, dude. I'm taking him at 23 because I think you need more. I think you need more manpower at offensive line. You just don't know what Landon. You don't know with Cam, and I think he's a stud, dude. And if I can move him to right guard, I'll take that as a win, dude. I really would.
Whether you draft a guard this year that's just going to play in front of Steen, and then maybe Vega will move to left guard, maybe like after a couple of years, maybe after 27 when Dickerson's contract is up, they could do that. Or you can go after a tackle that could play inside next to Lane, polish up for the year, and then take his spot, kick him out to that right tackle spot. Vega is better than last year's first round guards. I mean, they're calling this kid like this kid has a big career ahead of him. But at 23, bro, I don't even know. I don't even know if he's going to even last long.
He might not. But the only good thing is that interior linemen tend to go a little later. So that's right around where they start to go. So I mean, we just don't know. But then you talk about like different options. I mean, that kid at safety would be my third. He would be my third choice. So Kenyon Sadiq, Vega, and then that kid. But I don't think Kenyon Sadiq's going to be there. Somebody's going to take a chance. They're just going to just on talent alone.
Yeah, I think like you're gonna have to move up. I think the most they'll move up is like maybe to 15, like maybe 6-7 spots is like the most for an aggressive trade. I mean, I can't really see them going any further than that. You're probably have to give up like a 3rd round pick to move that far. Maybe
it depends. It depends what they like, how much they value them. I mean, we've seen them jump really far before. They tried to jump up to 22, 21 last year for Jahad Campbell. Nobody wanted to trade with him.
So other than quarterbacks, what do you think is the position that's going to go quick? You think it's edge rusher? You think edge rusher is going to go quick?
Yeah, I think edge is going to go really quick. I think edge is going to go quick. Trying to think what else. Like, I think edge rusher. I think one tight end goes. I think one tight end goes fairly quick. One wide receiver is going to go fairly quick. But yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be edge rusher. I do, and it may be some offensive linemen too.
Yeah,
this draft seems like, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, that it's geared more towards interior or to linemen and defensive line, offensive line, and that next year's draft seems to be geared more to weapons.
Yeah,
and this is my big fear right now is that the Eagles, if they trade AJ Brown, they are going to draft a wide receiver in round 1, and I don't know if that's the best move. If he's the guy that they like the best and he's their highest ranked guy, fine. But I'm seeing all these mock drafts now putting like Omar Cooper to the Eagles at 23. Well, I'd rather have Vega. Like the Eagles, I'm so afraid are going to fall in the trap of need. And they're going to draft because of need, which we know has gotten them in trouble in the past in the first round.
Yeah, and I mean, the AJ Brown stuff is just over our heads right now because it's just like, okay, so is the draft going to tell us if they draft a receiver within rounds 1 to 2? That means that if they do draft one, then AJ is gone pretty much. So we'll find out the answer probably on draft night. I would hope, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it probably does, but like just because to me, what I'm saying is, regardless whether he's gone or not, and I hope he's not. But regardless if he is not, I'm not taking a receiver just to take a wide receiver. I'm not doing it. I would rather struggle all year.
Yeah,
at wide receiver and not blow my draft pick. Seriously,
you got to sacrifice it. You got to sacrifice the Super Bowl this year. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, taking the 26th season is going to be based on putting our foot in the right direction when it comes to the scheme and the play calling offensively. We're not worried about the defense, but this offense needs to get back on track. So skipping on all this other talent just to draft a receiver in the first round, it's not going to sit with me well. But there's a lot of different shapes and sizes in this draft. Okay, there's a lot of receivers in the second round that can plug in. Okay, so if you want to go Chris Bell, that had an ACL injury a few years back, that should have been a first rounder that will be there in the second. Almost the same metrics as AJ Brown. You go get him. If you want to get a even bigger receiver, Malachi Fields from Notre Dame, that's got really good balance, control of his body, could box out guys with his upper body and high point catches. There's a lot of names out there on the second day. You don't have to go into that first round and reach on a need at receiver because AJ Brown is a post-June trade right now. So I have no interest in it unless it's the highest ranked guy on their board. I think this is an offensive line draft, man. I think this needs to be about the offensive line and tight end because I feel like you've got to restock that offense. The offensive line, I don't care. If it does not get fixed, nothing matters. So to me, you have to fix the offensive line, and you want to do it in the draft. And I think the other position is, tight end you got to try to get and safety. To me, that's the three positions that I want to deal with. I don't want to deal with a wide receiver. I'd rather go sign Tyreek Hill and take a chance on that for a year. But I don't want them to trade AJ. I mean, the move is to not move. Of course. Yeah, look, like if because a lot of people got confused when they signed. So when we signed, we did talk about it, obviously when they signed Hollywood Brown. Okay, because at first it was like reported it was $10 million. I was like, oh damn, that's a lot of money for a number two, kind of almost like he's coming in and like he knows the situation of what's going on with AJ. But the deal was only up to 6.5. So what are they paying him? 4, 5 for the year? I mean, it can't be that much. And I don't know. Can you live with having Hollywood Brown as your number 2 and Darius Cooper as your number 3 going into the season?
No. I still think you have to get another receiver. If you get the circumstance of which happens, which I still am not convinced it's going to happen, but I'm acting right now. I'm going through the offseason right now like it's going to happen. Like I have to have that. I feel like I don't want it to happen, but I have to feel like it's going to happen. So then I want to be surprised that he's coming back, and I want him back. There's 2 reasons. The amount of celebration by Patriot fans online, to me, is setting themselves up for giant failure. But the other reason is everybody could talk about him moving. I do think there will be an effort to be made, but you still got to pay. You still got to pay what the Eagles are asking. They are not giving him away. And this is what, like, Patriot fans, they think, oh, he's disgruntled. You've got to move him anyways. No, they don't have to move him. They don't want to move him.
No.
They'll try, but you have to pay. And I just don't know if they're going to. So it'll come down to that. But,
I want to show something. I really want to kind of show something. I don't know if I could share my screen for a moment, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
let me just get to these two comments.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Real quick. Jalen says that we are not drafting a wide receiver. We go on tight end or offensive line. That's my preference. Marshall Chambers, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. I don't know why nobody is listening to me. Coop is our safety. Ain't no way we will pay two top corners bad for the cap. We are staying to our identity and go O-line in the draft. I hope we go O-line in the draft. Yeah, I think at some point they're going to move Cooper DeJean all around, but
yeah,
I don't know what the plan is this year. But I mean, they're going to pay. They're not going to let him go. They're going to pay both those guys.
They're looking at more versatility between rounds, like 3 to 4. Like they brought in that top 30 that Jelon Kilgore, that DB from South Carolina, and he's like a nickel slash safety. You know, great closing. Yeah, he's good. You know, because Michael Carter's only here for one more year, so they rather bring in a guy right now. The more versatility you have, God forbid you have an injury or something like that, you could, then you really won't blink twice when it comes to game day. Then you won't have to worry about if you have to make adjustments. So
you will see Cooper DeJean though in base, at safety. I do think that's true.
Yeah,
But what did you want to show us now?
Sorry. So I want to show. This right here. So this was this was from Speakeasy Podcast. Obviously, I don't think they could see it yet. I think you got to click on it. I think you have to.
Hold on. Where is it? Okay, here
you go.
There you go.
So this is from Speakeasy Podcast. They had some live stream. The caption was, "Is AJ Brown out of line? Brown fuels Patriots trade rumors on podcast with Edelman." Okay, so they're pretty much like killing AJ Brown this podcast. Now, from the first picture, obviously, AJ Brown, this was on TikTok, and AJ Brown was in the live chat and was like, "Hey, man, talk about someone else. I rock with y'all, but let it rest." Okay. So, and this is an Eagles fan that took these screenshots and everything. This counts right here. So the second screenshot is him clicking on the account to make sure it is AJ Brown. And it looks like it is. He's, with 594,000 followers. So what my point is right now is it's the end of March. Pretty much since the season ended, everybody has been slandering this guy in every damn podcast from every single thing, every single move he makes, whether he's working out with he's working out with Kevin Byard that just signed with the Patriots, or all this other stuff that's coming out. AJ Brown, this is the most AJ Brown has said something. Why is he telling these guys to, let it rest? Like this trade isn't going down. But AJ Brown's camp or himself, all he has to do to end all this is say, "I'm coming back for the 2026 season," and hasn't said nothing yet. So that's all I want to really show there.
Well, I don't think he knows. I mean, the way I get the sense I get of it is that he requested a trade. They would explore options. They told him, they'll see what they could do. They'll try, but they told him it's not guaranteed. We're not doing it for nothing. And he, he's like, all right, well, if I have to come back one more year, so be it, but please try. And I think that's as far as it's been. To be honest with you,
that's I mean, now the Patriot, all the Patriot fans on social media now are now switching from AJ and going towards Tyreek, and now they're going to the kid from the 49ers that can't stay out of trouble that the 49ers are that they're trying to trade, and then they had Justin Jefferson in the Patriots uniform yesterday. It's like
beautiful. Take all those guys because to me. Like I said, I still think we're better with them than without them.
So what do you think why do you think a lot more other teams like aren't being involved in this? Like why are the Patriots the more likely team to have these constant conversations? And what do you think the draft compensation is that no one is going to deal?
I think the Eagles want 2 draft picks, and one of them has to be a first round pick. I do not think it's going to be anything less than what the Broncos got for for Waddle. So the Eagles were saying before that, they wanted a, first. Well, it was rumored earlier, right? Wasn't it rumored earlier before free agency that they were offered a first and a third, and they turned it down? Like, I think they want a first and a second or a third and a player. And I think people don't understand is the reason why the Eagles asking price is so high is because they don't want to get rid of him. But in order for them to do it, in order for them to let that talent go, to eat all that cap, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to pay and make it worth their while. This is what people don't get, especially Patriot fans. They think AJ is disgruntled and that if he doesn't get traded, he's just going to hold out and be miserable. It's not like that at all. But it's been blown up that way. Yeah, and it's just not the case.
And it's blown up even more because every time, the Eagles sign, the Eagles extend Jordan Davis. Oh, they're not keeping AJ Brown. Oh, Jalen Carter's not staying. Oh, they can't pay everybody. AJ Brown's going. It's like everybody.
And AJ Brown hasn't said anything.
No, nothing.
But we do know that it's a strong likelihood he did request a trade. But the reports are that it just seemed to get there were early reports that. Brown would like to be traded, but he's good if he has to come back. How many times have we seen guys try to get traded and not, and then they're fine? So I think a lot of it has been made up and been pushed by the media, and I don't think it's necessarily true. This is what I believe. So I believe that if a team like the Patriots want him, you're going to have to give up at least a 2027 first. Just to start the conversation. Mm-hmm. That's why you don't see a lot of other teams involved. Now, if they really do have a handshake deal, the first thing I would do, and Patriot fans got mad at me for this, but I would leak it. If I'm the Eagles, I'm leaking it. I'm going to let everybody know what the agreed upon compensation is and see if a team comes in with a higher offer. Don't be surprised if a mystery team like the Chargers or somebody come in at the last second.
Or even the Ravens. Like they're another team. Like Hollywood Brown said in Speakeasy that he could have went back to the Ravens. The Ravens. There's a lot of rumors that D-Hop might sign there now. I think they're looking for a wide receiver. I'm shocked they're not trying to go after AJ Brown right now.
Yeah, so I just think it's because of the compensation, and the Patriots act like we don't. He's disgruntled. We're not giving you anything. But the Eagles are like, fine, don't give us anything. We'll play one more year. And I really think that's where it's at. But I think it gets so blown up into all this other stuff. And then they put words in AJ's mouth that he's never said, making him sound like he's Owens or he's going to hold out. Or, and I don't think it's anything like that, dude. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I think that's why AJ's so quiet, because he doesn't want to burn bridges if he has to go back to Philly. So I think that's what's going on. That's the sense I get. But that doesn't mean they won't trade him. It just means that you're going to have to pay what they want. Yeah, it's that simple. Dimitri, thank you for super chat. If AJ gets moved, I hope he does terrible. Completely makes no sense. You have a Super Bowl ring and a top 10 receiver. You were with the shitty Titans. I know. And if you're speaking it from a perspective of winning, I'm sorry, but he's got a better chance of winning our Super Bowl with the Eagles than any of the other teams. Just the truth.
Yeah.
Linda, thank you for super chat. Eagles will low-key draft Sam Roush. Mark my words. Interesting.
I think he's the biggest tight end of the draft. He's like,
I kind of like him. Yeah. Master Eagle, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Philly, thanks for being the only person on YouTube for not crying about AJ for hours. Joey cried for 2 hours the other day. You were crying about AJ.
Cry for 2 hours. I didn't cry for 2 hours. I get my perspective. I get my perspective on the whole situation. Like I wasn't crying about it, but if he gets traded, he gets traded. Like there's an outcome to why is Philly so bad for him? And there's a lot of reasons why he should stay. I think he's overblowing this whole thing. Just think of it as he gets traded from Tennessee to Philadelphia. It's like the Eagles are his shiny new toy until things go wrong, and then then he wants out, and he's doing it almost the same way. That's why Titans fans were pissed off at him, and that GM obviously didn't want to give him a contract because they didn't think he was worth a top 10 receiver, even with these knee issues that he had, which we already knew he had knee issues coming from from Tennessee. So, I mean, he missed 3 games this year? Missed 4 games in 24? I mean, he missed time, so the guy's been given 2 contracts. He had 2 1,400-yard seasons the first 2 years. I mean, what else do you want, man? Like, it's just, there's just so many reasons for him. He's overblowing this whole thing. Like, he's acting like he's the only player that dealt with this offense last year. Is Devontae Smith asking for a trade?
But what is he doing? Like what is he doing that is pissing everyone? This is what I don't get. What is AJ Brown doing right now besides going on a podcast and kind of being cornered in a situation? Like, what is it? He's not saying anything. Like, what is he doing to piss everybody off is what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, there's no like animosity when it comes to like the roster. I don't think the players have an issue with him at all. Like, it's got to be something. It's got to be like Nick, or maybe a new offensive coordinator coming in. Maybe he just doesn't want to deal with like starting fresh again. I don't know, but I mean, you've had players that take pay cuts for you to get your fucking contract. I mean, I don't see another team that's so selfless and has given you almost everything you've wanted. So I got to say, like we talked about the first time, like those in 23, he had great statistics in 23, and he didn't say a damn word. Collapse.
Yeah, but I know, but what I'm saying is, what is he doing? What is he saying now that is pissing everybody off? That's what I don't know. I don't hear him saying anything.
No, we never even saw the report that AJ Brown has requested a trade. I mean, we didn't even really see that. No. It was just like, just quiet.
I think so much of this is just media driven, dude. I really do. Like, they took the picture of him with Bayard. Well, yeah, he's training with Kevin Bayard, a former teammate. There were also, I think, 27 other players training there in Tennessee. It's a yearly thing. So it's like they blow up things like that. Okay, the Super Bowl comments, right, where he said most memorable Super Bowl. They were asking him, the framing of the question wasn't like your personal Super Bowl movement. He was like, what do you remember watching?
It was an old video. It was old too. It was an old video from a month and a half ago. It wasn't even a recent video. I
just think this thing is blown way to proportion. And AJ is quiet because AJ knows if he doesn't get traded, he has to go back there. To me, if he knew he was going to get traded, he'd be speaking more. But I don't think he is, because I think there's a really I think it's 50-50 whether he gets moved or not. It just depends on compensation. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know, like it's not, to me, a T.O. situation. He's not doing sit-ups and push-ups. He's not out there trashing his quarterback, trashing the team, talking about he wants more money. I'm not saying he's all innocent in it either, okay? But I'm just saying, like, I'm sure he requested a trade. I'm sure the Eagles said we'll try, but it ended there.
It's just to a point now where it's like, okay, so say if he comes back, it's like he has really got to have some tough skin, dude. Like, he's got it, because as soon as he hits that podium in training camp, it's gonna be like, how close were you to get traded? Like, the questions are gonna get there. So it's got to go in one ear, out the other, and he needs to, because AJ can't hide his emotions. You see it, dude. He's crossing his arms. He looks miserable. You could tell he's pissed. So I don't know how you.
I would have been pissed too.
Is it too?
I would have
been
too
late?
pissed.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
I see. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why he's not saying anything. He's not burning any bridges, like, on purpose. I mean, everything we hear, the locker room loves him, front office loves him. That they didn't want him to leave. He might want to leave. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he's perfect and he didn't handle everything right. He's not innocent in this in terms of that last game and stuff like that. It's just that I think there was a request. I think the Eagles, said, look, we'll try. We'll see what we're going to do, but we're not guaranteeing you anything. And he was like, all right, fine. And it was kind of left at that. And then everything else has just been blown up.
Yeah, because you have AJ Brown. If he comes back, you have him for one more year. And if you have him for one more year and you try to trade him after the 26th season, like, you ain't going to get the same compensation either.
No, you're not.
You're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it. I agree. And I think I think they know it, but is somebody going to give them the compensation that it would take to make that move? That's the question. I think that's the biggest question, but I mean, look, I could that's just my opinion and my perspective looking in from outside. They could be wanting to move him and just like sick of him and just said, shut up and don't ruin our trade value. I don't know. I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Alfredo Davis Super Chat. He goes, if AJ is dealt June 1st, I want to see what the comp is. I do too. And I'm trying to catch up to the chat, by the way, guys. I fell behind here. So I'm sorry. It's a frustrating thing, the whole thing. Roll for the Dog Davis Super Chat. He goes, AJ was cornered to wink when they said we're all Patriots. AJ started up all that shit. All he has to do is come out dead, but he won't. Well, I mean, yeah, he winked and make of it what you want. I think AJ also is a troll in that he knows how to play things. And look, I think he doesn't even know. I honestly, I bet you when he did that play, he's not even sure where he's going to end up. He may know it's down to the Patriots and the Eagles, but he may not know. So, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Chris Scott, a member for 53 months. Thank you so much. He goes, does anyone realize how good our defense will be if we get Grenard and a rookie like Thieneman? Is it Thieneman? It's a top 3 defense, easy. It is. And those are the things we need to talk about because to me, those are more important right now than this whole AJ thing. That can't be resolved till June, but we need a defense, Joey. We need a defensive end. We need it bad.
So I mean, there's been like updates on the Jonathan Grenard situation. So I heard rumors that it's down to the Eagles and the Colts. I've heard like the Patriots have dibbled in it a little bit. There's like the Jaguars might have dibbled in it a little tiny bit to trade. But it's really the Colts and the Eagles. Now, a post-June trade for Grenard as of right now would save the Vikings $6 million in cap space. So probably why something's not either no one's getting up the draft compensation that they want, which is a day 2 pick, second, third rounder, or they're waiting for post-June to trade him. And when it comes to trading post-June, you can't really say anything until we hit June pretty much. So I wonder if that's the case because we haven't got an update. I mean, we don't even know how close this is or are the Eagles out. We know they brought in that Danny Dennis Sutton, that's that second round edge rusher from Penn State.
I like him.
He's a really good talent.
I like him a lot. I like that kid.
So I don't know what's going on with that. So now we're at a standstill now. Like the Eagles wanted to bring Phillips back. They didn't even offer to bring him back because apparently they weren't even close to that number. So you have a bunch of rotational guys with high upside right now, besides Jaylen Hunt, and they'll bring Brandon Graham later. But they need somebody else. I mean,
they need somebody desperately. I agree, and I'm hoping it could be Grenard, and they could find a way to get it done. And I also think I don't think he's coming to Philly, but I do think that Max Crosby trade stuff is going to start back up after June. Like, I think they're going to let him rehab, get healthy, and then they're going to start to say, see, he's on schedule. And they're going to try to, they've basically blown all their trade value with that whole move by Baltimore. Yeah. So they trying to get some of it back. You saw with the whole thing with the knee stuff with AJ. That was somebody, I believe, they were trying to do the same thing to AJ that happened to Crosby with the knee stuff to just kill his value. It didn't work, but they tried. Alfredo, thank you for super chat. I will be pissed if June 2nd AJ's going for. I'll be extremely pissed off. You have to get a 27 first round pick because to me that 2027 first that whole draft in 2027 is supposed to be like top end talent. Like this draft, you're not supposed to have as much top end talent, but there's a lot of guys mid rounds. So I think the value really in this draft is in the mid rounds. That draft is talent heavy, dude. Yeah, it's talent heavy.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we'll see. So, what do you think of the safety, though, from Oregon, though? Like, what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean, he can cover so much ground with the speed that he has. I mean, you saw what he did at the combine. I mean, he's got great coverage skills, physical. He's got A+ tackling, in my opinion. Closing speed is really good. They've literally compared him to Cooper DeJean at the combine. So I definitely see that as well. I think he's a great talent. I mean, between him and McNeil, I think one of those guys will be available by the time the Eagles pick. So I like him.
Yeah, one
of my favorites.
Yeah, do you think he's a first round? Do you think he goes in the first round?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Demon. Yeah, I think both of them go. I think they'll both go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I mean, the Eagles in their history, I don't think have ever drafted a first round safety. Do you think that plays a factor at all?
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles, since Nick and Hurts got here and the way they changed their drafts, I mean, they've changed a lot of their philosophy on directions of drafting from what schools, drafting from higher talented, high talent like SEC schools that we weren't really drafting from before. So, I mean, you skipped out on a lot, like I said, you skipped out on a lot of safeties in the past, and you want to, they got to go cheap, or they have to draft somebody that at least has a fifth-year option, just because you got to pay Coop and you got to pay Quinyon Mitchell. Hence why, like CB2, I think they were completely I think they want to make sure that position was right with some depth behind it, because they want to deal with another Adoree Jackson situation. So I'm glad they got that done.
Yeah. So. Now this is going to lead. This comment is going to kind of lead to my next question for you.
Okay.
We need to figure out how we could draft an edge and develop him to be a beast. I'm sick of these stupid ass 1-year deals with different makers. No, I feel you on the 1-year deals. It just tells you that they're not satisfied with that position, but they're just trying to basically bridge the gap. That's how I take those 1-year deals. But this is a similar question kind of to the wide receiver situation, right? Like, what if you don't land Jonathan Grenard? What if you're in the draft and you don't have an edge rusher? Does that become your number one priority? Do you draft an edge rusher? Do you try to get up and get an edge rusher? What do you do?
I don't know. I mean, because wide receiver and edge rusher, like if they don't get the trade for Grenard, then it becomes a need. If AJ is getting traded and there's a handshake right now behind the scenes that this is done, then they need a wide receiver. So, it's not like, do you need a tight end right now? You don't, but they don't even have a number 2 tight end. They like to use those double tight end sets, and they can't even do that with what they have, because they signed Calcaterra, but he's only making $700,000 for the year. So he's a big cut candidate. No,
he ain't making it.
The Stone Smart kid, that kid, they brought in 2 good blockers, and Stone Smart, he had a good season with the Chargers in 24. He had over 200 yards. Like, I thought he played pretty good. Then he went to the Jets and did nothing. But I can't even really count that, because you go to the Jets to die. So
right, that's true.
You know what I mean? So you need a tight end of the future. You need an offensive lineman for the future, whether it's a guard or whether it's a tackle that's going to play inside and then get kicked out. So it's, do they need an offensive lineman this year? Yes. Is it a need this year? Technically, no, but we can't go into the season with Juergens not knowing how his health is going to be, and Dickerson's health and how he's going to be. Mulata, I'm not really worried about too much. And Lane, all he's got to do is just stop getting these little injuries and we're fine for the year. So 2 things, edge rusher and wide receiver, are killing me right now. Like, I'm hoping if the Grenard trade can go down, I'll feel a lot better, even if the wide receiver thing is over our heads. I feel like there's more flexibility there. So we'll see.
See, I feel like, to me, edge rusher is more of a trap in terms of, like, I'm not afraid to not budge on the receiver situation, but like, if you don't have an edge rusher, you got problems, and they need somebody. They've got to figure it out. And I don't think, honestly, I would like to see them draft an edge in the mid rounds, but I don't think they need. No. They need like I think they need a veteran established pass rusher. is what they need.
So somebody that's like 26 in their prime, got some years left, because we're hoping that one side is good, right? Jaylen Hunt, at the end of 24, we said great season, great year. End of the year, he was a beast. They gave him a shot in 25 with him and Nolan, and it just didn't work out. They started getting more depth. They got Jalen Phillips in there, and then we saw by middle of the season, Jaylen Hunt started to flourish once again. So now it's not the end of the season. Now it's middle of the season. Now he's producing at a longer rate in season. So is Jaylen Hunt ready on that one side to really be an immediate impact from the first snap, going to the 26 regular season? Or, that other side is still worrisome because I'm sorry, but Nolan Smith ain't doing much for me. He ain't touching the quarterback.
That's the biggest problem, dude. Yeah. Nolan Smith needs to develop because him not developing is put the Eagles in a situation.
Yes.
That's the truth. And you don't have to go get Jalen Phillips if Nolan Smith, in my opinion, is playing at the level you expect him to play as a first-round pick. So, this is what happens when you miss on draft picks. And everybody miss on draft picks, but the teams out there signing every free agent, they're doing it because they're not drafting well. That's the truth.
We haven't really missed. I mean, we've been hitting on 2+ since we started since we had Nick as a head coach. I mean, every draft we've pretty much been 2+ starters every single draft. We've hit. And
I'm gonna tell you, if Nolan Smith went out and had 10 sacks this year, it would not surprise me. I believe he has the talent to do it. He just has not consistently been healthy enough or around. He just hasn't done it. I have more confidence in Jaylen Hunt. I really do. The Flying Mind says, Howie broke the linebacker trend last year by drafting one in the first. Maybe he does safety as well. I agree. I don't think that – I think if there's a safety that they like and they value as the guy they want, I think they'll take him. I just don't know if they do.
It's one of our strongest positions on defense. It's been a weakness for so many years. I mean, not even producing a linebacker that went from nothing with the Saints and Zach Ball to a Pro Bowler. I mean, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., I don't even care if Jahad Campbell is not going to be back till August. And then Fangio feels good about that. I'm fine with it. So that means that Trotter Jr. is going to get a lot of snaps because by 27, it's going to be Jahad and Trotter Jr. at linebacker. And Trotter Jr. is the closest thing to Nakobe Dean that we have, to be honest, as a downhill blitzer, physical, so I think it's going to work out really well. And I'm not going to take Jahad Campbell off the board yet because the guy was slated to be defensive rookie of the year. I mean, he was as a off-ball linebacker in coverage, he was one of the best in the league. And then pretty much Nakobe came back, then Nolan Smith came back, and then they put him on the defensive line. He barely had any snaps. So I'm very big on Jahad Campbell. I really am.
I love him. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah.
Seth says, I'm going to remember all the stuff you guys are saying about Nolan. Dude is a dog. He was just injured. So you'll remember when I said that I think he is very talented and that it wouldn't surprise me if he got 10 sacks this year. Are you going to remember that part? Or are you going to remember the part that he's underperformed?
What?
I don't care if it's injury. I don't care what it is. What the excuse is on why he hasn't. He just hasn't.
And Nolan Smith is not even available. I mean, Nakobe Dean's hurt every single year, and he's producing every time he touches the field. Nolan Smith hasn't done an inkling of that. The only time he's done that was the end of 24. That was the only.
I think injuries have been a major problem.
Yes,
but it's still a problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, maybe it's injuries, but that's a problem.
I can't pass. I can't be like, oh, it's okay. We'll just give him a 5th-year option, give him an extension just because we know he's talented. We can't do that. We can't do it out of desperation.
If Nolan Smith got you 13.5 sacks last year, let's say, right, 10 sacks, let's say. Right now, we're not talking about trading for Jonathan Grenard. We're talking about getting a rotational guy as a depth piece in here,
which they did.
So. Yeah, I mean, but that's the problem. I hope he's healthy and ready to go. I think Nolan Smith has a world of talent. I think he showed it in that playoff run. but we need it on a consistent basis. That's why I look at him and I think he's in the exact same position as Jordan Davis was the year before, right? With Jordan Davis, it was, well, he's got to be conditioned and he's got to be in great shape. And with Nolan Smith, it's, can you be healthy? Can you be on the field and healthy?
Yeah.
So let's see,
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't think what we're saying is unreasonable trashing of Nolan Smith. I don't think that at all. I think we're just keeping it real.
Yeah, it is true.
Eagles Drew says, what up, Philly Joey? Salute to the chat, especially my Birds family. Salute to you, my man. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Eagles Drew. So I think the Eagles will go win the Super Bowl. But, I can't say that right now. People don't want to hear it. But when this thing is all developed and when everything comes together and all the stuff all these things we're waiting to see what happens, I think with a good draft, couple, trade here or there, how we move, I think this team's ready to go, man. I really do. I like the moves that they have made for the most part.
Well, let me ask you about the move that we didn't talk about. How do you feel about the Hollywood Brown signing?
I think as a third wide receiver, I think it's great because I like his speed and I like the ability from the slot to stretch the field. So I like that. And I think that, you could say, well, Dotson had some speed. I don't think he was as fast as Brown. But we got a different offensive coordinator, So we got an offensive coordinator who actually cares about the third wide receiver spot. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be huge. So I like it. Now, do I like him as a number 2? No, not at all. But as a number 3, I love it. I love it. And I think that's an upgrade. I think that the second cornerback position is now an upgrade. Yeah. Right. The only thing I really don't like is I would have loved to see Dean go. I wouldn't have let Dean go because I just think he's too much of a tone setter. But I understand it. But I would have liked to see him. And then the other positions, you still have work to do. You have to get a safety. You have to find another edge rusher, and then you have to repair the offensive line. I think you do that through the draft,
Yeah. No, I agree. Everything you said. Everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why it's like, no, I don't want to get rid of A.J. Brown because why create a hole? That offense, to me, is ready to go.
They're ready to go.
Goddard back. You fix that offensive line, and you got a new corner. Let's roll. Now we can focus on the defense,
Yeah.
That's my opinion. In my opinion, the Cowboys have done more in the offseason than the Eagles. What have the Cowboys done so great, Marcus? Here's what I'll say to you, though. They might have had some bigger name signing and spent more money. I don't know how much money they've spent, but they've also got a lot more to fix. They've got to rebuild a whole defense. The Eagles need to fix 1 or 2 positions. So it's a giant difference. Yeah. And I look at the Cowboys, I don't think they did, though. They did moves to help, but Rashad Gary is not, to me, not going to be the.
He's not the guy.
They needed Max Crosby. Now, if they would have landed Max Crosby, that would have been something.
Yeah, and when is making more moves a good thing? There's more is not sometimes great. They were negative 50 something in cap space, had to restructure a whole bunch of guys, kick the can down the road. So they had to create cap space to sign guys. They're more aggressive. Really, since Dak has been here, they have never felt like they've had to rebuild one time. They have felt like they have been on this stretch of where they need a couple guys, or they put more on the offense, or they didn't find the right coach, or some players have been the scapegoat every single year. I don't get what they're doing, honestly. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Giants are better. I think the Giants from a coaching standpoint are better. I feel like you're going to see the Giants. I think you're going to see a lot more quality football. I don't know how much that's going to translate into wins right away. Mm-hmm. It will eventually, though. I think the Giants are on the right track. I'll say that.
What has Washington done? They signed,
right?
Yo,
what have they done,
bro? I as a fan, I would be pissed. I mean, you've literally had like so much cap space the last couple of years, like over 80 to 90 million dollars in cap space. You've reached up the hump in 24, and then like re-signing a bunch of guys, 1-year deals, these veteran players. You have no one on that offense. He was stuck with 2 30-year-old receivers. I mean, I don't know how Jaden Daniels is supposed to grow with anybody offensively. And they hired their OC and DC literally the first 2 days when the Super Bowl was over. I mean, it was like, boom, they hired 2 guys. Like, they never even like really searched for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think who they brought in. I don't even know. I can't even remember.
I don't know.
The Giants have some actual motion. Not saying Super Bowl, but they got. Yeah, I think the Giants are definitely trending up. But I mean, we're gonna have to see that quarterback second year. Let's see what he's about.
Yeah,
but I do think that they're way better coached than they were a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get better from a talent perspective. I mean, they should be better. I mean, they're gonna have cap. They're gonna get rid of a lot of guys. And they're gonna bring some of their own. There's some guys in. I mean, they're gonna get better regardless. But it all comes down to coaching, and like you said, it's just putting it all together.
Yeah. Yep. What up, Philly in the chat? What do you guys think about the Epps signing? I think it gives you some depth there. I still think like they got to add a safety, but if they don't, you got somebody who's experienced vet that could go in and play. And we need to talk. I mean, Carter is probably going to play safety. That could be where they're looking. What do you think about Michael Carter going to safety?
Yeah, I mean, he could play both. I mean, he did it with the Jets, so before he came to Philly. So I just don't know like how good he's going to be. I mean, you could throw guys in there, but yeah, I mean, Epps, I like him there. I think he's got more value as a depth piece. He came in for that Chargers game. It really comes down to health because at the back end of the year, I thought he played really well. His health is just. I mean, coming off an ACL and then coming to the Eagles, gets hurt again and is cleared for the Chargers game. And then I thought he played lights out. I thought he played really good, but I still think you need more. You got to see where Makuba is at after this, bro. I mean, it just sucks that he had that injury because him playing for the whole year would have been so much better.
Yeah.
But of course, the defense had to save the day, keep guys in late, and Mr. Break Bones and Sidney Brown is officially gone now, so that's fine.
He is. I'm excited about Makuba actually in his second year. I can't wait to see him feel. I'm hoping he gets a little bigger though. Like I'm hoping he put like 8 to 10 pounds on.
He really does. Yeah, he does.
But as far as like a cover safety, man, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
He had a nose for the ball. He was really playing some good football until he got hurt. So, I'm excited to see. I think him and Jahad Campbell both did. People have like a misconception about Jahad Campbell. Like they think because Dean came back that he was playing poorly. He was never playing poorly. Dean was just on another level, and that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah.
I love how much Hollywood Brown praised Jalen's deep ball for the reason he came to Philly. Said it right to dumbass Acho. Acho, man, that's another guy. That guy played for the Eagles. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Halfway Crook, thank you for the super chat. Draft is everything for our Super Bowl hopes. Yeah, didn't need free agent moves. Roster's already good. Hit on the first 3 picks and we're legit. Missed and we're cooked. Yeah, I think that those first couple picks are crucial because I think that they're going to get playing time, and I just think the offensive line, like, I don't know what to make of Dickerson or Cam Jurgens.
Right.
Like,
I agree.
They could come back and be totally healthy, and it would not surprise me. They
come back getting the Colombian steroids.
Could you imagine? They come up and they just hey, look, if they come back healthy, though, it's over for the league. I'm telling you right now, because that running game is going to start working. I mean, we forgot to talk about the running back they brought. They brought in another running back, too. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, Dameon Pierce had a good rookie year with the Texans, and then like kind of like fell off after that. I'm not sure if it was due to injury or not. It was with KC last year. I think he only showed up, in the last game when they were resting guys, and he had like a few carries in that game, and that was it. But you have thumpers now. Like, they're starting to change this running back core now, where you have Barkley, you have Bigsby, you have Shipley, you have Dameon Pierce, and you got to remember you have your number 5. Well, they're only keeping 4 most likely, but remember they got that Carson Steele kid from KC. I think they got him off waivers, and I wonder if they're going to be using, I would think they're going to use a fullback this year. So I wonder if Carson Steele might play that fullback position, since Ben Van Simmeren can't really stay healthy anymore. He had two knee injuries in 2 years. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just say, do you think Shipley's like the odd man out?
I don't know, dude. Like, from running the ball, I mean, he's very average. He doesn't really have some specialty type of running skill set. From maybe in the past, they made it too obvious where they would throw him in the game in a passing situation. Like, he would only go in there if there was a passing situation, or if it was 3rd and 23, they would put him in on a run up the middle to get better punt position. I mean, I don't like Shipley. I'm kind of like, this might be the last year for him to really show something in camp, but I'd rather have some dogs behind Barkley. Use Bigsby. He's got 1 more year left. You wasted him last year. You rotted him on the bench last year.
Yeah,
completely.
I agree. I think I'm like excited about this offense, because I think we're going to see a lot more. From what I was reading, we're going to see a lot more short passing game, a lot more quick get the ball out, a lot more over the middle. And I think that was one of the things the Eagles never did.
I want to bring something up. I'm going through my bookmarks. I see one. Where's the other one?
Okay. Let me read this comment.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Johnny says 500 on Wednesday. You got to cook more combs on that stupid Jalen Hurts video. I know. The Jalen Hurts flag football video. I won't even have to bring it up. I guarantee you he'll bring it up thinking he's got a talking point, and then I will destroy it. No doubt about it.
Okay.
Is that Jay Koch? What up, Jay Koch? Where you at, man? Whatever happened to easy money Matt Corral going the first round? Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, we bought those jerseys to troll, remember?
Mm-hmm.
We got the correct jersey. Those were just a troll. And they turned into like the good luck jerseys, dude. It's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. Eagles Drew says, you're talking to somebody else. Okay. The Eagles are still cream of the crop division. The Eagles are retooling while the rest of the division is rebuilding. I see us winning division games. I agree. We're going to win it again. All right. Let me pull this up for you here.
Yeah. So this was Lane Johnson on the Fitz and Wit podcast. So one thing to mention, he said that Jeff Stoutland's coming back to some capacity. What do you think about that? I don't know. As a consultant, I haven't heard any more news on, is he going to be on field for, maybe as an assistant, maybe for developing players. I don't know if you heard anything there with that. I don't think there's really been any more news on that at all. But
I haven't heard anything. I mean, I did hear what he said about Stoutland. Did you want to play that clip for a minute, or you think? Yeah,
we. I would.
Is that okay? You weren't trying.
Yeah.
I thought.
No. I paused.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one is right here. Yeah. So this is the takeaways from Lane Johnson talking about Sean Mannion's scheme. He said, very excited about Shanahan implementations. That he said not as much isolation on OTs, easier on edge. He said more wide zone run variation, more play action bootleg, and more screen game utilized more.
I mean, and those 3 things, those 3 things, more variation, run zone variation, more play action and bootleg. And I mean, how many times did we talk about that all year? Really, for like 2 years. Like, where's the play action? Where, you know what I mean?
RPOs,
where's the rollout? Where's the screen pass? Why don't they run Barkley somewhere else? I mean, it's just it's crazy.
Yeah.
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 It's really crazy. So I see people talk about Becton. I don't think anything broke with Becton. I think they're discussing them. I don't think the Eagles are going to bring Becton back. I think maybe if Stoutland was still the line coach, it might have happened. But I I think they're going to. I don't think they're going to. I do think that the talk with right guard, that what's his face said, like Howie, we like. I don't. I think
what is that? Like, why was he so forward with that? Like he was. So
I think
forward.
I think it was a smoke screen. I think it was
Vega.
throw teams off. Huh?
He's like, let me say that so I can get Vega.
Well, then he brings Vega in for a visit.
Yeah. Well, I think Fred Johnson will get re-signed. He's gonna be dirt cheap, and he's good. He's solid, man. He's solid.
Yeah. Oh, as a backup, I like it.
Yeah.
I believe that they will have a great deal of pressure to draft well. 3 or 4 of the top 5 picks hit, and then develop them in the preseason. Play them early and separate the wheat from the chaff. Yeah, look, it's very, like, to me, if you get 1 to 2 starters out of a draft, you've had a pretty good draft. So, we're asking for a high percentage of hitting their picks, but I do think with the way the Eagles are set up, and because I think their roster is deep, the positions that they are drafting, I think they're willing to take a chance to play rookies. So if they decide, let's say, to go safety in the second round, I think there's a high likelihood they're going to play that safety. I think if they draft the offensive lineman, I think he's going to play at right guard if they take him in the first round.
Agreed.
So, I think it'll happen. And look, and there's a guy like Proctor out there and people like that. You get a guy like Proctor. Do you think Proctor could play guard and then kick out?
Yeah,
because that may be a plan too.
Yeah, people have said he's like too slow for Mannion's scheme. I don't know. A lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, the Eagles have interest in him. I know that. I mean, we'll see if they bring him on a visit. But
Donnie says Philly would use move up in the first round again in draft. History tells us with the Eagles that they're going to either move up or move down. I mean, they seem to do it every year. So chances are they're not going to sit 23. That doesn't mean they're going to go up to 15, but they may do something to 20, 21, something like that. History tells us that they move up.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
yeah. They always try to.
They moved up for what? Jalen Carter. They moved up for Jordan Davis. They moved up for Devontae Smith.
Mm-hmm.
They moved up for Jahad Campbell, right? I'm trying to think, what was the last first-round pick that they stood pat? I mean, Devontae, Jordan Davis, they traded up for. Jalen Carter, they traded up for. Jahad Campbell, they traded up for. Who did they take before Jahad Campbell? Oh, Quinyon Mitchell. Did they stay? They might have. I think they stayed. I think they stayed for Quinyon because everybody was drafting offense.
Right.
It was the weirdest draft ever.
Yeah,
that was the weirdest draft, dude. That was crazy.
We stole.
That's what we need. We need a break like that.
Again, yeah.
Dude, I like Kenyon Sadiq. I got to be honest with you, dude. I like Sadiq, but I like Vegas so much that I might put him over him. That's how much I like this kid Vega, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that dude's I think he's an instant day one starter. I think he could play multiple positions for you if you ever need. And I feel like if you put him at right guard, I think you're good for that next 10 years.
Yeah, guess what?
I really do.
And they're probably going to keep him there the rest of his career because every time, remember when they were trying to find Kelsey's replacement, they had Dickerson and then they put him at guard on the left side, and then they were like, "Yeah, we'll just keep him there." Then they got
people forget when they drafted Lane Johnson, he was supposed to move to left tackle when Peters retired. That was the plan, but it didn't happen. Yeah, I told you would love it. Yeah, I love it. I'm seriously, he may be my number one target. I just think it's like,
too talented.
Boy, do you need offensive lineman? Here's a guy I'm playing day one, and I don't have to worry about it. I really believe that he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's
a bigger value than safety. I mean, in his cause, it's a bigger value than safety. I mean, that Vega is just a bigger value between a lot of positions in the first round.
Especially when you have question marks with Landon and Cam, with a future of those guys, But if you look at the way they build their line, because you can't pay all those guys big money, right?
Yeah.
You can't pay left tackle, right tackle, left guard. So there's got to be one area on that spot where you don't pay a lot of money. And that's been the right guard. They've been able to get away with it, you know?
Yeah, and always having the flexibility of that fifth-year option is nice, too, because the extension is always more money than the fifth-year option. So they like to use that fifth-year option as like a loophole to, like, extend a player. They've used it on Devontae Smith. They've used it on a few players. So,
Yeah, exactly. Rocky, thank you for super chat. He goes, I just hope Howie doesn't get cheap route when it comes to edge, only resigning Graham and drafting an edge. Yeah, I don't think he will. Like, I think Howie's looking to trade for a defensive, for an edge rusher. And, you know, I mean, we'll see, you know, but I would not be surprised if they get Grenard draft
night. Gotta get him.
Draft weekend.
They gotta,
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they asking for? A day two? So like what? Like a second or a third, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know a third's expensive, but damn, you got two of them. You got two of them. That's what you paid for Jalen Phillips. If you were willing to pay a third for Jalen Phillips for for like 5 games. Well, then why not?
Yeah, I mean, you're not, you know, so he's due like, what's he do? Like, I forgot how much he's due. He thinks he's due like 19 million the next 2 years or something like that. So that, I mean, they got to give him a new contract. Right.
You got to give him a new contract.
Yeah.
And it's going to be somewhere I saw around 21, 22. But if you think about it, if it's about 21 and you offered Jalen Phillips, what did they offer him? They offered him $27-28 million, right? Is what they offered. So you got the kid from Atlanta. You gave him 7.5, and you give Grenard 21. It's about what you were paying for Jalen Phillips, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No,
so
it's true.
It could work out, man. You know,
it might.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Coyotes kills, man. Damn, man.
Thanks,
Thank
Coyote.
you so much for super chat, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. He goes, yo, who's not excited about the play action and bootlegs? No play calling experience from Mannion. Don't scare me. I'm pumped. I want AJ here. Me too. But Devontae, all he does is catch. Smith is my boy and a true professional. Offensive line, tight end, safety should be priorities. Love the show. Thank you, man.
Thanks,
yeah, I agree with those priorities. Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I mean, if there's nothing scares me more than Kevin Patullo. So I'll take my chance on Mannion, you know. Yeah, but thank you, man, for that generous super chat, man. We really appreciate it.
No,
man.
we really do.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we just gotta give Mannion a shot. We have to give it 4 to 5 weeks because I know, like, when we hit preseason, and God knows they probably have to play some of these stars in preseason. I mean, they're gonna have to change their ways a little bit. They got to get these guys somewhat. You got a new scheme on top of now another new scheme, or whatever the hell they did last year, whatever that scheme was, but a new scheme on top of, you know, getting guys prepared for the regular season. They got to try to play some guys, man. They got to change this offseason program. I'm ready.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about the offense. I actually am. Our position of needs as it stands right now, things can change. 1 edge, 2 safety, 3 interior offensive line, 4 tight ends. That's why Sadiq don't appeal to me as much as an edge or safety if really good one can fall to us. I agree with your top 4. I just have it a little different order. I would actually go 1 offensive lineman, interior offensive line. Then I would go 2 safety, 3 tight end, 4 edge.
Because it's not.
And the only reason I say it with the edge. And it's because my preference is what I'm thinking is the edge gets dealt with in a trade in getting a veteran. If they don't have a veteran, then yeah, the edge has to become 1 or 2 in my opinion. But my hope is that could be addressed through a trade, so we don't have to deal with it addressed.
So if for some reason we get through the draft and like we draft a wide receiver and like we don't draft let's say we don't even draft an edge rusher, then it might be a post-Jude trade because the Vikings do save $6 million when trading Grenard. So it sucks that we have to wait. We're going to get some type of little nugget during the draft. Someone's dropping, like something's going to drop that night on the AJ stuff. Like something's going to happen that night. Like we're going to hear some type of something on one of those two positions. It's got to be there. We'll see though.
Jordan Keeler says, I asked Joey this the other day in this chat, but Philly, I saw Smitty ranked somewhere in the 80s for targets and still got 1,000. Could you imagine if he was getting targeted like a player he is? Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, there's no doubt with A.J. Brown there that the targets, the amount of targets that Devontae has is a lot less. You know, if he was like Dallas with CeeDee Lamb, where, you know, he gets all these catches, but he's got to get targeted all the time. I think Devontae would put up huge numbers. I actually think Devontae is going to have a monster year this year. I do. Yeah, regardless of what AJ is there or not.
Yeah, we thought he was going to have a monster year. Well, we thought he was going to have a way more monster year last year. It seems like it was going more in his direction than AJ.
And he was early on until AJ complained. Remember? And then we had to start. See, that's where he's annoying. You know, let's be honest.
Yes, and I think a part of it too is like the times where we didn't have to force feed him is when we actually played better, and then when we made the adjustment to force feed him, and that's when our offense took a dive, pretty much.
Right, but yeah, and here's the thing: AJ's right about what he said about the
yes, of course,
he was right.
Yes,
and when he's like, you got to get me the ball more, they do need to get him the ball. But have you ever seen coaches that have no idea how to get a guy open? When they would try to force him, it was like it looked so bad, like they were doing it to be assholes to him. But it wasn't that. They just don't know how to scheme guys open. It was bad. I think people don't understand how bad Kevin Patullo was. I truly don't think people understand.
Both of them. I mean,
Patullo and then Nick Sirianni's like prevent offense. It's just a recipe for disaster, dude.
Yeah.
Linda Conyer, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Linda. Grenard and Abikitia, I can't even pronounce this. AK is greater than Phillips. Howie is a genius. It is. What do you think of this kid from Atlanta? They got AK. I'm just going to call him AK. That's what they call him in Penn State.
I'm hoping they might have hit a gem. You know, I think. 16 and a half sacks, 16 sacks at 4 years, even with less snaps after the Falcons drafted 2 edge rushers in the first round. I mean, he still led the whole defense, I think, in pressures. He's got a great first step. He's got explosiveness off the line. I mean, they gave him a contract of like $7 million, something like that. I mean,
yeah.
They tried hitting it with Uche. They tried hitting it with Ojulari. They haven't. I think this kid is going to do something. I think
is he this year's Zach Bourne? Remember this day that was said, because I love the signing. I love it from the standpoint of depth.
Yeah,
you know, it's like the Hollywood Brown. Like, I love it in terms of third wide receiver, but I'm not going to put him at 2. I don't want this guy to be the guy to replace Jalen Phillips. He should be replacing Uche.
True. True.
That's how I see it. And thank you, Linda, for the super chat. K Gun says, I agree, Philly, things can change, but as right now, do you trust going into the season with Smith or Hunt or Epps opposite of Makuba? I don't. We at least got to get Jurgens. No, I don't either. And I think they're going to draft it. I think within the first 3 rounds, a safety will be drafted. And I think they're going to plug them in. Tight end, I could see tight end going like 3rd round, 4th round. I think there's some tight ends. My biggest fear is like, that offense, to me, if that offensive line isn't clicking, I don't care about everything else.
Nothing else matters offensively. It doesn't matter if it's play calling.
I mean, if you get that offensive line going good and that running game comes back to life, this team's going back to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They're going back. It's just, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I wanted them to take care of the defensive situations free agent wise, and I wanted them to take care of that offensive line, especially early in the draft. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like this is the draft for linemen, defensive linemen, of course, safety. And then I feel like next year, I feel like that's when you add a receiver. That's when you add a running back for the future. Like that's when I add some of those weapons, you know, in the draft, because I think there's some really good guys. You know, but,
I mean,
we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Especially if AJ's only, you know, if he comes back, he's only here for 1 more year. You trade him, you try to get some draft compensation for whether they try to get draft compensation now for next year or whatever. I mean, you know, they'll have a chance to get at least one weapon they could be aggressive for next year. So, you know, could happen.
Yeah. Eagles defense will be free eats next season. Reek Woolen ain't an upgrade. Trust me. I don't trust you. Sorry. You didn't see Dory, I run backwards Jackson play? He can't be worse. He can't be worse than what Dory Jackson was. So I'm sorry. It's just not the case. Plus, you already got two great corners. I think Woolen's going to be a problem. I think those cornerbacks are going to be a problem for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. It's true. That's
what I think. If Sadiq is gone early, I'm okay with Penn State guard or a top safety. Or if these gone, then trade a 2021st and a second this year. No, I hear you. I mean, to me, if
you miss out on all three of those guys, then you trade. Then maybe there's no more.
I trade for 2027 first.
Yeah,
and I get out.
Yeah,
you know, get yourself another mid-round pick, get the value of a first-round pick next, and then go. But I think the guard's going to be there. Because most teams don't. That's right around when guards usually go. They don't usually go like
early,
top 20.
10.
You know, not interior. Tackles will go real early, but interior usually is like it starts around the 20s. So I feel like we'll have a chance. You know, would you trade the Jets, AJ Brown, and our first 23, and the Jets' third-round pick for the Cowboys first and the Jets next year first? You think that would fly? How did the Eagles Jets own the Cowboys first? Jets next year first? I would do for the Jets next year first, but I can promise you the Jets, I would do it because you're saying the Jets next year first. It's like the first pick in the draft.
Be a good pick. Yeah, it'd be a good pick.
You know, there's my Jeremiah Smith, but I don't think the Jets will do it because I think the Jets are tanking. Like they didn't give up a second for Tanner McKee because they want to lose. I mean, you don't bring Geno Smith to be your starting quarterback.
I don't know what the idea is. Yeah,
they're going to lose for Manning. They're going to tank next year. That's what I think. You know.
Yeah.
They say Manning's big on tight ends. Can't wait to see Goddard kill it. I can't wait either, man. I can't either.
And hopefully they have a number 2 to match it, and hopefully they have a number 2 that he could pass the torch to after this year. Because you have no tight end signed after this year. I mean, there's a lot of tight ends in the second round you can get. There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
it's deep.
Dad says Vegas a top 10 town. Dude, I'm telling you right now, like he may be my number 1 priority in this draft. That's how much I like him. I just love him, and I just think it's plug and play. Don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that idea. I just think you can't mess with your line. Like you have to fix this offensive line. And I don't know what to think with, you know, guys like Juergens and Dickerson. Like, I don't know what they have left. You know, I really think that when history is written on the tush push, it's gonna be like really the offensive lineman that got worn out from that thing.
I don't know.
I think that thing aged those guys, man.
It did, and the restructure of Dickerson's contract, and it's a restructure of diminishing a year from your contract.
Never seen that ever.
That's weird to me.
See, to me, that I've never seen a team restructure a contract and then lose a year. That I've never seen that. Usually they add years. The only thing I can think of is Dickerson said to them, I'm playing 2 more years and I'm out. So let's make it 2 more years and then I'm retiring. Well, then Vega is a great draft pick.
Yeah.
Right now, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see how the stem cell therapy works, man. You know, hopefully it works and those guys come back healthy. If those guys come back healthy, man, this team's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. You know, assuming, and I'm assuming that you keep AJ, you get yourself the other safety and everything fixed.
Right.
But from a talent perspective, people forget the Eagles are still a really talented team. And they got a lot of young talent. They're one of the youngest teams in the league still.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not dire as everybody says, which really makes me scratch my head with like AJ. Like, dude, you want to win multiple Super Bowls? This is where it's at. This is where it's going to be done.
Yeah. Or you want your personal stats for the year. I mean, you're going to have to be selfless for a lot of guys that want to eat. Saquon Barkley's going to eat if the run game gets better. Devontae Smith is going to eat. Dallas Goedert, maybe another tight end that we have. I mean, got to sacrifice some yards for that if you want another championship.
Yeah, I agree. Dickerson knows he's retiring in 2 years. Yeah, that's what I think too. That's why his contract, because the Eagles said you're retiring 2 years. They don't want to carry dead money and all this money hit from it retiring. If you know he's retiring, then pay him and then be done with it,
Yeah.
Oh, Felix Torres, man. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to you guys. Man, you guys are generous today, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Hit the like button. Love you guys. Go Birds.
Love you too,
We love you too, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, buddy.
That's generous of you. We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Tattletale says 500. Give me safety. I like the safety from Toledo. I was watching him. He's taller and more lanky than I thought he was going to be. As we get closer to draft, we'll start diving into these positions. We should do like little rating things.
We'll have our board. We'll have our board for draft day live. We'll have our board and it's gonna be nice, and we'll
have our Matt Corral jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. Let's see. 1 Vega, 2 Warren Toledo, Delp, Sutton. That's it. I like the kid. The kid I was watching. What's his name from? It's Sutton, right, from Penn State.
Yeah, the edge rusher, Danny Dennis Sutton. Yeah,
dude, that dude, is he a first round? Is he slated round 1?
Second.
See, I would take him in the second round. I would take Vega and then come back with him. Boom,
Yeah, kid's good.
I like that. I like that safety too. Damn it, from Oregon. If you could somehow get, I don't know how you do it, but if you could get like Vega, the safety from Oregon, and Sutton, I'm done. I'm gonna smoke a cigar on the stream.
Have fun the rest of the draft. Right.
Is there a way to do that? Is there a way to get that done?
Bro.
We're set.
Yeah.
Because I like that kid from Oregon. And I like the kid from Toledo too. I think there's some good safeties.
There is.
I don't know. I think Howie might be able to negotiate that gets A.J. Brown pick 23 and pick 68. Eagles get pick 20 and Jets 27 first-round pick. Jets still have 3 first-round picks and the third-round pick.
Crazy.
Hey, look, man, if they could do it, dude. Do it, because then Jeremiah Smith is coming to Philly. And I want Jeremiah. Dude, you think I was bad about Bijan Robinson? Wait till next year, dude. All out onslaught for
Then
Jeremiah.
you better have 3 first-round picks in your back pocket to trade up, because
exactly 2, a minimum 2, but 3. I figure if you have a 2, and then you could trade a future one too, and that gives you 3. But look, dude, I have a plan. If A.J. Brown is traded for a first, then that could trigger me trading my 23rd pick to get 3 first rounds next year. Like I'm all business at that point. But I'm going all out for Jeremiah Smith next year. I'm telling people right now, I'm going to be so annoying. I'm going to have the draft Jeremiah Smith hat. I'm going to be wearing it every day. People are going to be so mad at me. We don't have a chance. We're picking 32. We're not getting him. I don't care.
You're gonna have your redemption arc when we draft him.
Yeah. I know, right? Rocket David Super Chat. He goes, I knew something was off with AJ when he said winning a Super Bowl did nothing for him. Yeah, that was a little weird. I agree. And let me again thank Felix, man, for that super chat, and also Coyote Kills, man. Thank you guys for those generous donations, man. We do appreciate it very much. I just want to let you guys know. We ain't using 3 ones on a wide receiver. We only use one for AJ. Only the Browns would do that. Laugh out loud. I don't care what you say. I don't care. If you're doing 3 ones and 2 of them really aren't yours, what's the difference? See, 3 ones, you don't even have to use 3 ones, but I'm willing to. But if they're not my ones and I gained them, what do I care? I'll do it, dude. I have no problem. I will pull the mother humping trigger. And I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's convincing me. I'm going to get them. You get that guy, dude, you're going to be winning multiple Super Bowls. Nobody will convince me otherwise. Do I think they'll do it? No. But, see, what I really hope is if you could somehow get like a first and then have a team really stink. You know what I mean? And then put you like look at the Rams. The Rams traded out of the first for Pierce, right? Atlanta wanted Pierce. They gave a first round pick. What are they picking now? 13? Right?
Yeah, 13, yeah.
I mean, Eagles do that. Eagles pick at 13. They get 1 first round pick will get you there. First round pick, another first round pick. You do it. It can be done. I've seen teams trade up. The Falcons trade up for Julio Jones. Teams do it. It can be done. We don't follow the rules of the rest of the league. Howie establishes the rules. That's right.
That's true.
I have already sent Howie a letter. I've got a letter I wrote up and I sent to him already. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. 500, especially if we get the rule reverse where you can trade draft pick 5 years out. Howie could definitely get Smith. Yeah, you could definitely get him. I don't think it would cost you 3 ones, to be honest. I think it's a lot cheaper to get a non-quarterback at the top of the draft. You know, but the thing is how many quarterbacks are going next year? I think you could have like up to 3 quarterbacks go in the first 3 rounds, first 3 picks. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll deal with that when we come to it. But yeah, get ready for that onslaught. I'm going to be annoying with it. Oracle Brian Pumper, thank you for super chat. Damn, you all see what Logan Paul said about Hurts' brother? This is bad. No, nor do I care. I have no idea what he said. Nor do I care what Logan. Who would I care what Logan Paul says about him? Like, really? Like, why would I care? I mean, come on. I don't even believe he fights real fights. The guy's making fake fights. I'm supposed to think we care what he says? My dreams is a trade up to get Kenyon Sadiq, the Penn State guard, the safety from Oregon, and the defensive end. And we trade A.J. Brown next year for a first to get Jeremiah Smith. I like your dream, man. It's out there. I like it. Logan Paul sacked Hurts 3 times. Yeah. You realize there's literally nobody blocking the pass rush, right?
No, not even tagging.
You got this little small field, and it's 25 yards, and it's condensed, and you don't the pass rusher doesn't get blocked. There is nobody blocking him. He comes free. Right? That's how it goes. They use 2 quarterbacks, and they throw behind because they're trying to get time to get space because it's so condensed. Who cares? You can't that game, flag football game. And I'm not saying it won't be fun and stuff in the Olympics, but that is nothing like the regular NFL at all.
That's just an idiot statement. I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah. Philly, he's a YouTuber. That's sad for a pro athlete. I don't think much of him or what he said. I could care less. I know he's a YouTuber. But
I bet you Brian Pumper couldn't get away from him. I bet you that too. But
dude, you should hear what Logan Paul said about Tanner McKee. You must really be sad about that. I mean, I don't even know what he said, nor do I care. I don't care. The guy won a Super Bowl and he was an MVP. You ain't nothing to say there. Eric Stewart, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. The flag football. They should wear helmets though. If I was them, I would have them wearing helmets. Even though you don't need a helmet, I still think helmets make it. It's a style. Brooks, they were super chat. Logan Paul's so dumb he thinks his shadow is chasing him. Hey, I've been there before, dude. I've been there, Brooks. I've been there. I don't know. I don't even know what he said. You know what he said about Hurts, apparently?
No.
Or is he just saying that?
He might just be saying that because if he had nothing to say, then he's just trolling at this point.
Yeah.
Whoa, not surprised.
You rather use 3 first-round picks for a wide receiver than say wide receiver defensive? It depends, Joey. Like, my assumption is that by the time that draft comes, I don't need those positions. I've already got them fixed. So if I got them fixed and all I need is that one position to put me back over the top, yeah, I'll do it. The way I look at it is those other first rounds aren't yours. You know what I mean? Like they're not yours anyways. So if you're not giving up 3 of your own first round picks, that would be too much. But the way I look at it is like getting somebody else's first round pick. To me, that could be used purely as trade bait. So yeah, that's how I see it. I was never going to draft those 3 positions anyways, or use those picks anyways. Those are just to trade up. I'm not giving away my own first round picks, except for one. Yes, you know. Logan Paul said he apologized if Hurts loses his job after how bad he made him look. I don't even know what that means.
Dude, stop spreading false shit. Like, what is with like means. Why do you guys why do you guys just say the most random shit? Like, what is the point? Like, this is the reason why no one gets off this kid's fucking back every year, just spreading dumb shit like that.
Jalen Hurts can't do nothing. I mean, how is this guy the most hated player in football? I don't get it, dude. The guy does nothing wrong, dude. Man, he's a good guy. He don't deserve that. So, 500 Joey, how do you all feel about the kicker was looking? Yeah. What did you think? Did you see this kicker? He was like 12 of 13 from 70 plus yards.
I ran a
right 4.5. Not that I care about that, but
I have it right here.
Hold up.
Oops, wrong thing, not image. I can actually do stuff on the screen now. Yay!
Oh, I know.
Blessing. It's a blessing.
It is.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Yeah. So he kicked. What was it? He ran a 4.5, 40-yard. 12 out of 13. Now, I don't know if he kicked 12 out of 13, 70-yard field goals, or are you talking his longest was 70 yards?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. When I first read it, I thought it was from 70.
Yeah, there was a little video here.
Yeah, here's a video
of it.
I mean, he looks more like a wide receiver. I'll give him that. Where's he supposed to get drafted? Like what round?
The Eagles were there.
They were there. I think the Eagles. I would not be surprised if they bring in a kicker from the draft. It's you restructured Elliott's contract, and then you bring in somebody. Yeah, I could totally see it, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah. Jaylen is a good guy, very well respected race. Well, people don't like them because of it. I just think people get caught up into what they predict of somebody. So they'd say, "Oh, Jalen Hurts is going to be a good pro quarterback." Then he is, and then they, instead of saying, "Hey, I was wrong," I think a lot of these media people can't say that. They can't say, I was wrong about it. They want to see, I told you, I told you, I told you. Meanwhile, the guy's going to multiple Super Bowls, winning Super Bowl MVPs. It's crazy at this point, dude.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
SS says 500, winning isn't respected anymore. People just want to be excited nowadays. It's true. I mean, back when I was growing up, it was always like Randall Cunningham can't win in the playoffs. He can't, win the playoffs. Donovan McNabb, he can't win the big game. Michael Vick can't win the big game. And it was like, especially Cowboy fans used to say that all the time. And it was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's good, but he can't win the big game. You got to win the big game. That's what matters most, winning the big game. And then it was like Jalen Hurts wins the big game, and it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You know, that's what's annoying to me. And it's like, yeah, I bring up winning because I'm holding the same standard that you guys held against us for all those years. I'm not changing it now. But now it's like, oh, well, they didn't put up 40 touchdown passes, you know. To me, it's like, I just win. That's what I care about.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, if fans were in charge, we would have a new starting quarterback every 3 weeks. Oh, I know. Pumper, what do you think of Tanner McKee still, man? Are you still high on him, or have you cooled off? It's because Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson haven't done that yet, so it's discounted. Yeah. That's true. 500. No, Logan Paul really said the mess people are saying. They're not lying. However, he's a dumbass and his words hold zero weight. He's a joke. Hurts a Super Bowl MVP and a champion. Yeah, no, I believe Pumper that he said it. I believe Pumper is telling the truth of what Logan said. But like you said, he's a dumbass. We don't care what he says. I mean, I think he was going after everybody. The guy wants to fight Myles Garrett. I mean, come on. I think he's just talking shit to talk shit, dude. You know, I don't think it's that serious. You know, when you're rushing the quarterback and you don't have anybody blocking you, what? I mean, come on. That is not the NFL game, you know. And it's kind of crazy that people think that the NFL players were going to go in and play this flag football game that they have really never played before, you know, and like go beat a team that is the Olympic team that's practicing and knows what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it is a little ridiculous, to be honest with you. Like, because I think if you watch that, it looked like those guys spend half of the games trying to just figure out how to run the offense, what to do.
It's true.
You know? 500 and Joey, how concerned are you about a new offensive line coach in terms of developing lower round picks like Stout did? I worry about it. I don't know enough about this guy. I know he was in Minnesota. You know, he's not Stoutland, but like Lane said, Stoutland's going to be around. So maybe they'll use Stoutland in like to help develop some of these guys. You know, maybe he'll come in and be like, you know, work with them developmental or something.
At least behind the scenes or something. You know.
Yeah, no doubt. Oracle Brian Pumper says Brian Pumper is the most. I agree. No doubt about it. I totally agree. You are the most objective fan. No doubt. I'm not even going to argue. You are the man. You are the man, Pumper. You are the man. But I'll tell you this. What did you think about this? Clint Hurt got labeled assistant coach, also defensive line coach, and like an assistant or something to that effect. Like they added a title to his name. I believe that Clint Hurt is the next defensive coordinator when Fangio retires.
Yeah, you think so?
I do. Yeah, I think so. But I mean, we'll see.
I don't know what the last time he was the DC. I don't know when was the last time he was a DC for Seattle. I forgot what year that was.
A couple years ago. It was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it was bad, but I don't think they had the talent. I mean, like Seattle and the Eagles to me are really similar teams. They're very similar teams, dude. And I think those two teams are going to battle it out this year. We got to figure a way. We got to figure a way to finally beat that team.
True.
You know. Yeah. Clint Hurt will be successful. I agree. Limitless Cinema official. I agree. I totally agree. Speaking of cinema, dude, do you see these new? They got these like 4D theaters now. Do you ever see these things?
No.
Yeah, it's like you go in and the seat moves and it does.
Oh yeah, they have that at Disney. They had it for the
they got,
I forgot what it was called for Shrek.
They're building one new. It's called 4D seats coming here soon. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I haven't been to a movie theater in a long time.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
It'll be sweet. I can't wait for that movie coming out this summer. Disclosure Day.
Have I heard of that? I don't even know.
Steven Spielberg disclosure. When Steven Spielberg makes a UFO movie, it usually means they're trying to tell us something. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're an hour 40 minutes in. I think it's time to end this motor humper. Anything you want to say though before we get out of here?
Yeah, no, I mean we've got a few weeks left till the draft. I mean it's going to come by. We'll be here. It'll be here before we know it. And yeah, we'll see let's see if they can get Grenard in here before the draft. Hopefully they can get something done, and we'll see what other moves are up their sleeve, and we'll see. So that's all I can really say.
Yeah. Who do you want more, the Penn State guard or Kenyon Sadiq? Honestly, I'm at the guard. The guard is probably. I like Kenyon Sadiq too. I don't think he'll be there, but to me, the guard. I like that guard a lot. Henry says, I worked on that movie. It was shot. Oh, you worked on that movie? Where was it shot? In South Jersey. Where at? Shout out to South Jersey, man. You worked on that movie? Oh, man. You got to tell me about that. I want details. I want details. But that's cool. I wonder if they shot it at my old house. How crazy would that be?
Think about my old house.
That would be cool. But no, you're going to have to tell me, Henry, about it later, man. Tuckahoe Railroad. Okay, you have to tell me about it, man. It sounds really like an interesting story. I love to hear it. But anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might have a live stream in the morning. Are you streaming in the morning?
I might.
Tomorrow?
I don't know. I might.
Joey might. I don't know. I might too. But I'll probably definitely have a video out. With that, guys, though, we are gonna get out of here.
Thank you for the support, guys.
We'll see you later.
Everything.
Otherwise, we out of here, guys. Peace, love yous, and talk to you later. Bye.
Peace.
2 minutes to go. You got plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad, no!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You tried to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.